I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA. Here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. Data center marketing isn't about ranking websites anymore. It's about being selected by AI. AI-powered search doesn't give people 10 links to choose from. It gives them one synthesized answer. And that answer is built from brands AI already trusts. So the real question isn't, how do we rank higher? It's, why should AI choose us to explain this? If your visibility strategy still relies on traditional SEOs, paid ads, one-off PR hits, you're already behind. This shift is redefining what effective data center marketing looks like going forward. The operators who win aren't the loudest. They're the clearest, most consistent, and most trusted.
Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest news, trends, and stories from within the digital infrastructure industry. I'm Dean Perrine, and we are coming at you live. That's right, Bruce. We are live at PTC 2026 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And this good-looking guy to my right is Mr. Bruce Jackson. Bruce is the first VP with CBRE Data Center Solutions in Florida. Bruce, did I get that right?
You sure did, Dean, and thank you very much. CBRE Data Center Solutions, we are the world's largest commercial real estate services firm. I head up our operations in Florida. I'm here to tell the Florida story here at PTC.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Florida is a unique market. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what makes it unique?
You know, Florida is unique. We've quietly become the third most populated state in the United States with 23.5 million people.
Bruce, I learned that from you just today.
That's a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
And with the advent of AI and machine learning, AI needs proximity to large populations. That coupled with we're a tariff-rated state as it relates to utility power. So each of the utilities, primary in Florida, have to plan for power. So we are open for business and we have power.
And that's why you are here at PTC.
Right.
Evangelizing
Right.
what it is that you can do in Florida there.
And another thing about Florida, along with the large population, we are also a connectivity state. We are the gateway to Latin America. We have the Napa of the Americas down in Miami. We are also home to the highest number of cable landing stations in the United States. In fact, Jacksonville, North Florida, well, I covered the whole state, but up in North Florida, we have 2 cable landing stations. And we have a third coming online that'll link Google from Spain to the continental United States. So it's a fast time, but as I was saying before, AI and machine learning, Florida was not somebody's first choice because of the perception of hurricane and flood risk. You can build for that risk. What we are now in play for is we have a large population that needs AI and machine learning, and we also have power.
So PTC, good show for you?
Absolutely. I'm a first timer both to Hawaii and PTC. I tell you, Dan, I heard
Aloha, Bruce.
Aloha. I heard we had 5,000 registrants. It may be even closer to 10.
Yeah, no, it is arguably the biggest PTC that I've ever been a part of. And Bruce, one of the things that I really enjoyed about the show is that it is the ecosystem is expanding. The number of companies that are here that are actually here to support the digital infrastructure industry and not kind of your traditional players, data centers, et cetera, but the cooling, real estate, applications layer stuff. They're all here.
It takes a digital infrastructure to data center. It's no longer a standalone business. Everything is interconnected. It's how much power, how fast. It's really a speed to market opportunity. How fast can you get online and have power and serve the market?
Absolutely, and I'm hearing a lot about that, Bruce. So thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you very much.
You got it. And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you very soon.
I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA. Here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. Data center marketing isn't about ranking websites anymore. It's about being selected by AI. AI-powered search doesn't give people 10 links to choose from. It gives them one synthesized answer, and that answer is built from brands AI already trusts. So the real question isn't, how do we rank higher? It's, why should AI choose us to explain this? If your visibility strategy still relies on traditional SEOs, paid ads, one-off PR hits, you're already behind. This shift is redefining what effective data center marketing looks like going forward. The operators who win aren't the loudest. They're the clearest, most consistent, and most trusted. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA. And here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. For years now, data center marketing was built around keywords, backlinks, and rankings. That era, my friend, is ending. AI search engines don't crawl content the way Google used to. They consume it. They extract definitions. They reuse explanations. They quote experts. If your content isn't structured clearly enough for AI to lift it directly into an answer, it won't surface, and your brand could disappear. This is where many data center marketing strategies are starting to break down, and that is why we talk about generative engine optimization, GEO, not just SEO. Clarity isn't just good communication anymore. It's a competitive advantage.
Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest news, trends, and innovations from thought leaders from within the digital infrastructure industry. I am Dean Perrine, and we are coming at you live. That's right, gentlemen. We are live at PTC 2026 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And the two gentlemen to my right are Mr. Peter Huang. Peter is the Global President for Data Center and Thermal Management for Castrol. And Mr. Vatz, he is the President and CEO for ECS Castrol. Gentlemen, welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you, Dean.
So, guys, we're going to jump right into it. It is a well-known fact that data centers are hot, and they're only getting hotter as the densities are increasing due to AI and machine learning, etc. How is it that you are helping the data center industry manage the kind of thermal challenges that they are currently having? Peter, what's up?
Definitely, Dean. I think for data centers in general, as rack density is reaching above 100 kilowatts per rack, now it's 200, and we're talking about 600 kilowatts in a couple years' time.
Yeah.
Liquid cooling is the only option. It's not even a choice anymore. People have to go with that. For the past 30 years, we were always in this industry. Air cooling was always enough,
Yeah.
right? But I think for the past 2 years, liquid cooling has really took a really mega trend in our industry. And we're talking about the new designs in NVIDIA's NVL72, NVL144. You will see that liquid cooling plays a key role in all the cooling system designs. It's going to eliminate about 40% of the OPEX that we see. So it's definitely going to save end users, operators, a lot of energy. However, there's a lot of challenges that comes with that. First is the services. How do you really service the whole system? Because the actual fluid is touching all the materials,
Yeah.
even the expensive chips, right? That's the first thing. Second is actually you're introducing biological formulations, bacterial corrosions, material compatibility into the system of already complicated mechanical system.
Yeah.
So to us, it possesses both challenges and opportunities. Lots?
Sure. Thank you, Dean, for having us here.
Of course, Vatz.
And
My pleasure.
I fully agree with what Peter said, that I think it's also very important that is this reliable, right? You're moving towards from air cooling to liquid cooling, which is the future. Air cooling is pretty much, I wouldn't want to say dead, but it's just done. Look at the power density, what Peter said, right?
Yeah.
And for the data center, for the highest reliable operations, it makes sure that it's fully engineered correct, right? Fully tested correct. So we are trying to make sure we help our customer, we help the industry, fully tested, validated solutions going in there, right? In a very nice simulated testbed environment. So I think couldn't disagree with that. The way the loads are going up, we may end up like, all right, 600 is not enough here right now.
I feel like that's going to come sooner rather than later. But guys, is liquid cooling? Sorry, we don't.
Yeah.
We're not even going to. We're
Yeah,
just going to
yeah.
talk because I've
Yeah.
got some questions for you.
Yeah.
Are all liquid cooling solutions the same?
No, definitely no.
I knew you were going to say that.
No, there are tons of different solutions, tons of different technical breakthroughs, Dean. But the mainstream right now are two. First is direct-to-chip cooling. That's the mainstream, which is all the NVIDIA specs, all the server OEMs, all the large players. They are adopting that solution. We also see there's immersion cooling, which is literally the servers dip into the bathtub like a tank.
It blows my mind to
Yeah.
think about that.
So that is another one. But then there's also two-phase, which is actually the liquid evaporates into air. So they actually change phases, right? But I want to go back to DLC, which is very important because that's the mass deployment right now. For the next 2 to 3 years to 5 years, that's all we see is the DLC direct-to-chip, liquid cooling deployments. Important thing I want to mention, I'll leave it to Vas later, is supply chain. Having the strong supply chain right now in this world, deploying data center at speed
Yeah.
is critical.
Yeah.
Not only you have to deploy in speed, but you also need to have validated solutions. And it's an ecosystem, Dean.
Yeah.
No one company can do it. So you have to you have to interact with your OEMs, you have to interact with your vendors, you have to have system integrators ready to service. The operator need to know how to do operation and maintenance. It's the whole ecosystem play here. But
Thank you, Peter. Right. I couldn't disagree that. And then what ecosystem brings is, all right, I got all those thought leaders, champions in one room, right? But going back to this liquid cooling and to my thing is, it's all about reliability. the PG25, for example, the PG25, the liquid coolant are we using? Is it the high quality? Is it the one which is the least corrosion, right? It is the one that's kind of making sure that it absorbing all the heat required, right? There, does it got enough dielectric strength? So it's all about when you talk reliability, it goes back to the tag to the quality, right? And I'm glad that we are able to help the industries providing all those high quality products, engineering solution, consulting solutions.
Yeah.
I think it's required right now.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that consulting piece of this,
Yeah.
because I'm certain that your customers have maybe more questions and they
Yes.
have answers going into this. So how is it that you are all like helping these operators understand exactly what it is that they need, why they need it, when they can get it, those kinds of things?
Yep.
Roger,
I can take on that. Let me start this. This is new, Dean, right? This was never there before.
Yeah.
Right? If somebody asked me, I need a power transformer, they're from last 100 years, right? This is brand new stuff. So I think it's more collaborative, joint thought leadership, understanding users' need assessment, what they're trying to accomplish there, because there's a different solutions in different pockets, but they may not be the relevant, and that's where companies that's got so much consulting experience comes into the play. We have tested this, let's say tin material or liquid cool or dual phase method. We can tell you this is going to work for your problem statement right there, right? And so consulting is the first and foremost important piece. Understanding you're building a hyperscaler or you're building a modular solution. Your thermal needs going to change, right? Right. And you need, as his point, you need a DLC. You need two-phase cooling. It's going to change. So I guess. First step, if I were the data center operator, I'll make sure I have a right consultant on my side, understanding my needs, and let me know what I needed.
Something I want to add is, Dean, people typically in this industry is very risk averse, right? I think you would agree.
No, I was just going to say, if your solution doesn't come with some risk mitigation,
Yes.
That you probably aren't going to get much airtime there.
So you're like, you have a dilemma. You want a proven solution. You want something that is working, that's proven, but this liquid cooling is so new. What do we do here? So for us to really encourage our customers to build that confidence, we're putting a lot of efforts and investments into building proof of concepts. We have labs across the world with ECS, with our different partners, to make sure the solution is proven, ready, warranted is a very key word, warranted. Warranted by the chip manufacturers, because that's the most important component, right? That is very key to gain the confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, not funny, but like you guys are hitting on so many points, even beyond what it is that, even beyond thermal management, when you're talking about supply chain and all of these like kind of permutations or the unique requirements of each of your customers requires a highly consultative kind of approach, because not all implementations are the same.
Yes. That's correct, because everything, there's a design in Norway versus a design in India. You see, that's very different, right? So I think for us is really have that presence of having the confidence in our customers to trust us. We have different designs capable. We're technology agnostic. We're able to partner with the whole ecosystem to make sure people are feeling, okay, we can choose the design, we can choose that design, and then we can able to scale it. For us, that's the most important.
Right, and it goes back to another important piece called every country and demographic got different regulations comes in play, right?
Yes.
We should never forget that it's all related to power. And that's where, because we're working one of the projects, and the last hiccup got, we don't support 50 hertz, we do 60 hertz, right? How about that? So that's why it goes back to the piece. If you want to have a reliable solution, it's very important you define your needs first, right? You test your need first, and the solution that you have, is this properly tested or not, right? If it is, I can deploy that, right? I mean, chip is a chip. I'm just going back. It's generating heat, but there's a lot behind the screen goes to define what exactly thermal solution required. We test this with TTVs, thermal test vehicles. We test with, we also test the coolant as well using various analyzers right now, right? And then all right, this is the right thing. This is going to be the fastest heat recovery method for me. I'm going to use single phase, double phase, or maybe, a direct liquid cooling thing.
Excellent. Gentlemen, that's all the time we have. I feel like I could probably talk to you guys. I've got more questions for you, but maybe we'll save them for next time.
Yes.
Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. You bet. And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you real soon.
I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA. Here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. Data center marketing isn't about ranking websites anymore. It's about being selected by AI. AI-powered search doesn't give people 10 links to choose from. It gives them one synthesized answer, and that answer is built from brands AI already trusts. So the real question isn't, how do we rank higher? It's, why should AI choose us to explain this? If your visibility strategy still relies on traditional SEOs, paid ads, one-off PR hits, you're already behind. This shift is redefining what effective data center marketing looks like going forward. The operators who win aren't the loudest. They're the clearest, most consistent, and most trusted. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA. And here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. For years now, data center marketing was built around keywords, backlinks, and rankings. That era, my friend, is ending. AI search engines don't crawl content the way Google used to. They consume it. They extract definitions. They reuse explanations. They quote experts. If your content isn't structured clearly enough for AI to lift it directly into an answer, it won't surface, and your brand could disappear. This is where many data center marketing strategies are starting to break down, and that is why we talk about generative engine optimization, GEO, not just SEO. Clarity isn't just good communication anymore. It's a competitive advantage.
Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest news, trends, and innovations from thought leaders like this guy to my right from within the digital infrastructure industry. I am Dean Perrine, and we are coming at you live from PTC 2026 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And my old friend to my right is Mr. Patton Lockridge. Patton is the Chief Commercial Officer at Big Fiber. Patton, it is great to see you again.
Good to see you, Dean. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, how's the show going for you?
It's been great. It's always the best.
It really is.
Yeah, it delivers.
And speaking of the best, major milestones for Big Fiber in the last year. Tell us about it.
Oh, we've been very, very busy given everything that's happening in our industry. We did a press release yesterday about closing I call the final piece of the puzzle in the Bay Area, where we built into a pretty important carrier hotel in San Jose. And it's not a big building, but it's a critical building. We've been overbuilding the San Francisco market for 5 years now.
Yeah.
And we're building the data centers. We're supporting hyperscalers. We're supporting emerging AI businesses. But all that has to get back to a center, to an interconnect facility.
Yeah.
So it can get out to the rest of the network, rest of the world. Several that we've built to over the years. 55 South Market is in the middle of a busy city. It's very difficult to build. A lot of moratoriums, a lot of construction issues you have to think about when you're building in a city like that. We finally got there. And so now customers and those residing in the data centers now have access via our dark fiber to get to virtually all of the critical centers of interconnect in the metro.
Yeah. Permitting and regulation and stuff like that, that is the least sexy thing to talk about, but probably one of the biggest challenges that you all face.
It is absolutely critical. And you have to have a tremendous amount of focus.
Yeah.
You have to be very persistent.
Yeah.
It's not getting easier to build in the urban corridors. It's just not.
Yeah.
But with the networks being exhausted, given everything that's happening with AI, more has to be built.
Yeah.
So more has to be built at a rate that's never been seen before, and it has to be built at a time when it's never more difficult to build. So it just requires discipline, focus, and just kind of never giving up.
Patton, you're segueing to the next question better than I ever could myself. The networks truly are we're it's just beginning to tap out a bit. How is it that Big Fiber is meeting that challenge?
Well, we're building a lot. Right? I mean,
Period.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got a network that was constructed over the last 20, 30, 40, even 50 years. A lot of fiber in the ground, right? It was built to support traditional telecom services, right? Fast forward to 2022, 2023, the AI revolution really begins in earnest. It's been going on for a while, but it really hit the market hard in that time frame. Those workloads are extraordinarily latency sensitive, loss sensitive, so performance sensitive, to a spec we've never seen before. And it's at a time where the sheer compute demand drives is somewhat correlates to fiber demand. Yeah. And it's just happening at a scale we've never seen before. And so you have to get ahead of it. When you build, you have to future-proof the networks. You can't just pull a thin network and kind of call it a day for day one. You have to take it for the next 10 and 20 years. Which is what we do.
Let's be clear, too. These large language models don't work without the fiber.
That's correct. Yeah, they got to go they have to get to the consumer.
Yeah.
Right. And traditionally, you had software as a service and all these things that were occurring in these data centers. They weren't that hard to get to the consumer. You could ride on a legacy network, you could ride on an old telecom network, and it worked well enough. Yeah. The demands of these workloads and the scale of these workloads, it's essentially like you're building an entirely new.
Yeah. It's not your grandfather's network, so to speak. But so you mentioned the kind of traditional or these legacy routes. Talk to us about the alternative to some of these legacy routes.
Well, they're still in place, right? And they're very important, right? They've supported the network for decades, and they still do. When we go and build in a market, we're trying to build something not only more robust, more scalable, but diverse, different, right? Resiliency is everything. When you have customers spending literally tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars to build these data centers, they need to stay up. They can't go down, right? And so when we're going to construct something alternative to what exists. We're not in common trenches. We're not in the traditional right away that you'll see 5 or 6 carriers and go find diverse paths, which is never the easy path. Yeah. But when you're done, it's extraordinarily valuable to the network because it's if the common trench gets cut, you fail over to us. If you need to scale up, you come to us, and so that's kind of how we build it.
So I think I know the answer to this, so I'm going to ask it anyway. Yeah. What can our viewers expect to see from Big Fiber in 26?
a lot of
building, a lot of
construction. Yeah, we're in San Francisco Bay Area, Atlanta, Georgia area, the Portland Metro up in Oregon. And we'll just continue to double down on those markets. Extremely busy. They're very healthy data center markets. Atlanta's expanding I think like no other market.
Yeah.
And San Francisco continues to be that center of innovation, incubation, where a lot of the AI that you see today in the world it starts right there in Silicon Valley.
For sure.
And Hillsborough has sort of been a relief valve for Silicon Valley with power issues. They've built out.
It's an interesting concept.
Exactly right. So I think you'll see us continuing to increase our footprint in those markets, continue to support more customers in those markets, and maybe we'll announce another market at some point.
Well, then let's do this again. Let's do this again next year, shall we?
That's like a plan.
All right, Pat. Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you real soon.
Thanks, Adam.
I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA. Here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. Data center marketing isn't about ranking websites anymore. It's about being selected by AI. AI-powered search doesn't give people 10 links to choose from. It gives them one synthesized answer, and that answer is built from brands AI already trusts. So the real question isn't, how do we rank higher? It's, why should AI choose us to explain this? If your visibility strategy still relies on traditional SEOs, paid ads, one-off PR hits, you're already behind. This shift is redefining what effective data center marketing looks like going forward. The operators who win aren't the loudest. They're the clearest, most consistent, and most trusted. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA. And here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. For years now, data center marketing was built around keywords, backlinks, and rankings. That era, my friend, is ending. AI search engines don't crawl content the way Google used to. They consume it. They extract definitions. They reuse explanations. They quote experts. If your content isn't structured clearly enough for AI to lift it directly into an answer, it won't surface, and your brand could disappear. This is where many data center marketing strategies are starting to break down, and that is why we talk about generative engine optimization, GEO, not just SEO. Clarity isn't just good communication anymore. It's a competitive advantage.
Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest news, trends, and innovations from thought leaders from within the digital infrastructure industry. I'm Dean Perrine, and we are coming at you live. That's right, we are live at PTC 2026 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And this good-looking guy to my left, or my right, actually, is Lou Hung. And Lou is the CEO of Laris Limited. Lou, welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you.
So for our viewers that don't already know, why don't you tell them a little bit about Laris Limited?
Yeah, so Laris Limited is one of the largest IPv4 leasing company, and we're proud to provide first-party leasing. So we're not brokers, we're not lease from somebody else. We have our own inventory of IPs, actually one of the largest on the planet. We lease to the customer directly with guaranteed perpetual renewal. And that's first in the business.
So my next question is, what problem are you solving? But it sounds like the problem that you're solving is that there's a scarcity, that there's not that much of it.
Well, I wouldn't call IPv4 as a scarcity, more of IPv4 from a market. The central distribution has ended, and now the secondary market formed. There's no real scarcity. It's just that, like everything in life, it goes from free to it has a price. But Laris' difference from others is that others they change mind from one place to another, that they maybe want to lease to you today and maybe they want to sell to tomorrow. But Laris is different. Laris focuses on perpetual leasing. We've been doing it for decades. We never take a single IP back from our customers. So use Laris is with ease of mind, which means that you can use the IP perpetually. And your fee will be reasonably adjusted on an annual basis. And we are the only company on planet Earth offering this.
So tell me just help me understand the difference between leasing and purchasing or owning IPv4. What's the difference? One can be taken back, can be taken away?
Well, there is no actual legal definition of owning IP addresses.
Oh, okay.
So all the IP is registered with 5 private companies called Regional Internet Registry. Your contract with them is an annual member-based contract, which does not give you any renewal rights. It does not give you any rights of ownership remotely.
Okay.
And so the buying IP address is a dilution action that paying 30 years of lease for and rights to lease from those 5 small companies. But the difference leads from Laris is that if you lease from us, we guarantee perpetual renewal. We're dealing with every single issues which you might have with governance, with contractual protections against IRs. And actually, I am the only person on the planet Earth defeated an IR on their policy aggressions. And that's worldwide known and is reported on all the tier 1 medias.
Wow.
So we offer you protection, peace of mind, and we're the only company on the planet able to do that.
Wow. And so, looking ahead, IPv4, what new challenges do you think customers might face that you guys are ultimately going to help them with?
So LaRusse provide a fully integrated solution, right? We are not just leasing your IPs. We provide you a solution of an identifier you can use forever. And the regional internet registry, where all the networks generally register IP with and quote unquote buying IP and register with those IRs, they don't get that protection. Nobody offering them. So leasing IP from LaRusse is more secure than buying IP yourself and register with regional internet registry, because we give you the protection on the governance layer. And I'm the only one on the planet Earth prove I can do that with real legal force that stop an IR from their aggressions in the past 5 years.
I believe you. I am 100%. I
Well,
believe
it
you.
is everywhere
Yeah.
in the top 1 tier news everywhere.
Yeah.
I stop corruption in APNIC. I get one-man rule in APNIC ended their one-person company holding the entire region hostage.
Yeah.
I championed for decentralization. I championed for ISP owning the IP addresses. But until that decentralization actually happening, LaRusse is the best option you have on the planet Earth to protect your own business, because your entire data business is based on that very number your device relied on. And we're the only company provide protection on that governance layer.
Wow.
Nobody can, and nobody proven that. Only we can do that.
That's fantastic, Lou. That is very, very, very cool. So how is the show going for you?
It's great. Yeah. We just go out and talk to, we've been PTC for many years. It's first year for us to be Diamond. I personally served at PTC AC. I know Brian well. It's a fantastic community.
It really is. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, no, it really is. Brian's a great guy. Saw him at the lip sync contest
Yeah,
last night. I believe he won, actually.
Yeah, I guess
But,
so. Yeah.
yeah. But Lou, thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to add today?
Well, thank you very much for JSA of this opportunity.
course.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
You bet, Lou. Thank you very much. And, have a great rest of the show.
Thank you.
You bet. You bet. And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you very soon.
I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. One of the biggest misconceptions we still see is that more content equals more visibility. It doesn't, guys. In AI-driven search, authority beats volume every single time. And this is especially true in data center marketing. AI engines prioritize named experts, executive voices, and original perspectives, not anonymous blog posts. That means your leadership team matters more than ever. One strong executive voice, consistently visible, will outperform 50 keyword blogs no one trusts. In 2026, your leadership is your brand. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. AI doesn't think in pages anymore, guys. It thinks in entities. If AI can't clearly describe who you are and what you do in one sentence, you won't show up. This is one of the most overlooked fundamentals in data center marketing today. Your marketing needs to answer simple questions. Who are you? What type of operator are you? What do you specialize in? Why does it matter? Clarity wins every time. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA. and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. For years now, data center marketing was built around keywords, backlinks, and rankings. That era, my friend, is ending. AI search engines don't crawl content the way Google used to. They consume it. They extract definitions. They reuse explanations. They quote experts. If your content isn't structured clearly enough for AI to lift it directly into an answer, it won't surface, and your brand could disappear. This is where many data center marketing strategies are starting to break down, and that is why we talk about generative engine optimization, GEO, not just SEO. Clarity isn't just good communication anymore. It's a competitive advantage. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. Your website can say anything. AI knows that. That's why earned media matters more than ever. AI engines trust third-party validation, trade publications, interviews, conference coverage, far more than self-published claims. Your website explains your story. Earned media confirms it. If your expertise only lives on your own site, AI treats it as unverified. And in an AI-driven world, PR isn't optional for data centers. It's fundamental to visibility.
Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest news, trends, and innovations from thought leaders from within the digital infrastructure industry. I'm Dean Perrine, and we are coming at you live. That's right, Jim. We are live at PTC 2026 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And the good-looking guy to my right is Mr. Jim Brinksma. Jim is the Senior Vice President of Software Solutions at Light River. Jim, welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Of course. How's the show going for you?
So far, so good. Really busy, like it is every year.
It is
always having fun.
Crazy. Yeah. No, always having fun. I like that attitude very much. But Jim, for our viewers that don't already know, why don't you tell them a little bit about Light River?
Sure. Light River provides services, software, and software-enabled services for some of the world's largest and sometimes most complex networks. Largely because they're multi-vendor, multi-generation. And they have some complexity that they have to deal with.
They have complexity. So let's talk about beyond complexity.
Sure.
Demand.
Absolutely.
Because I know your trajectory is looking pretty good. Talk to us about the demand for your services.
Sure. I think there's probably three pretty big demands. I mean, the first demand is just network modernization. Mm-hmm. So in the age of, call it, networking for AI, as we're trying to grow out more capacity and retire some legacy equipment and roll into the current generation, there's definitely an opportunity that exists there, and that's driving a lot of behavior. Another one's M&A, or merger and acquisition activity. Yeah. And it could be from our customers, because as our customers actually merge together, they may have disparate networks that didn't traditionally talk together, so it provides opportunity for us. But even in the vendor space, for some of our partners, as they go through acquisitions and rationalize their portfolio, we really try to help them by supporting multiple products as they go through their own sort of transitions. And last but not least, I would say is probably brand is the intelligent transformation. We've kind of gone through the digital transformation of like gathering a bunch of information and like visualizing it. But I think the intelligent transformation is about how do you take that and make it all actionable, whether it's either by humans or by machines. Yeah.
So. Interesting, because you're right. I would say with 3-4, not that long ago, we were talking about digital transformation. Yep. It's really less about transformation and more about acceleration at this point, and making sure that all of those, as you said, those disparate networks are talking to one another. The other thing too, and I'm sorry, this is exciting. This is exciting to me because I come from the telecom industry. Yep. Like I spent 10 years as an analyst in telecom, and so now we're talking about that a little bit more because the networks are still critical. In fact, the networks as they relate to the next generation of technologies, AI, machine learning, et cetera, are even more important now than. Let's just say they're having their time in the sun again.
Look, there's no doubt about it. And, if you step back, I'll be a little bit controversial. Like, digital transformation is over, and it's all about intelligent transformation. Yeah. I think the digital transformation piece was, getting off of, old processes and disparate, data. And it was about, gathering the data, cleaning the data, and then ultimately, making it available. Right. But it wasn't always necessarily actionable. It was there and it was visualized, but not everybody made it actionable. Yeah. And I think this intelligent transformation is all about making it actionable. And again, whether it's by humans, machines, or machines with a human in the loop. So
excellent segue, Jim. Let's talk about your AI play.
Sure.
Where do you guys sit in that conversation?
So yeah, I mean, we our traditional platform is Netflix. It's been around for over a decade. It has been masterful, if you want to call it that. At the whole,
let's call it that.
The multi-vendor, multi-generation sort of a play. And then we have what's called NEO, which is our network inventory optimization, which helps people to retire legacy equipment and bring you back into like the modern world, right? And Prism is an intelligent infrastructure platform. So we can take all of this data via API, whether it happens to be from Netflix or any other management systems from other vendors, glue it all together and help you visualize your legacy network as well as your current network and even future networks. But that's like the visualization and having the data today. Yeah. But what we're doing with AI really is like threefold. It's like, how do you do prediction? So whether it's like, I'll say easy stuff, but like really important, like how, port utilization, or even how many cards can you fit in a shelf, or how many shelves, and, the capacity of those things, especially as it relates to like supply chain management as well. Yeah. We can make predictions on when you would need to order a new port, or order a new card, or order a new, system, or things along those lines. It traditionally falls into like the machine learning domain, right? But it's still under the umbrella of artificial intelligence. Outside of that, we'd use generative AI, where traditionally, if you had a platform, right, no platform is ever going to be perfect, and everybody's going to ask for more feature functionality.
Yeah.
But traditionally what will wind up happening is that, like, oh, I have a feature request. I talk to my sales engineer helps to write it up. They talk to the product guy has to, basically prioritize it, put it on the roadmap, and you're going to get it, I'll say, in a few quarters from now, you might get your feature, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're using generative AI where you can actually prompt our platform, and as long as the underlying data is there, the system actually understands the back end and it understands the front end. It may be able to auto-generate your feature on the fly.
Cool.
So in which case, you're just eliminating that entire duration of time from
Yeah.
the time you needed something to the time that you wind up getting it. And then I guess the third way in which we're using AI is really more agentic. It's creating these workflows where, especially in a real-time environment where there's lots of data and there's a lot of math and there's predictions and things along those lines,
Yeah.
the machines are always going to be better at that. They don't need
Yeah.
time off. They don't, have family crises. They can work 24/7 as long as we keep giving them power.
They don't have that yet.
Yeah, they don't have it yet. I mean, they ultimately might. But so we're leveraging these agentic workflows to really work on real-time, issues, and it's gone very well. So
Amazing. It sounds like things are on the up and up for you over there.
yeah, absolutely, and we definitely are having a good time doing it.
I love
So,
it. Thanks, Jim.
Hey, thank you so much.
You
I
bet.
really appreciate it.
You bet. And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you real soon.
Cheers. Thank you.
I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing 2026. As AI-powered search becomes the primary way people discover companies, data center marketing has shifted from trying to rank higher to earning trust and visibility over time. Today, it's not about one channel or one tactic. It's about showing up consistently with clear messaging, credible expertise, and third-party validation in the places AI and decision makers rely on. At JSA, we've spent more than 21 years working alongside the data center community, helping operators tell their story through industry change, growth cycles, and now this AI-driven era. What we see again and again is this: the companies that win are not chasing algorithms. They're building authority, clarity, and consistency. So if you want to talk through how your data center marketing strategy shows up in this AI-driven discovery, reach out to JSA. We'd love to brainstorm with you. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. Your website can say anything. AI knows that. That's why earned media matters more than ever. AI engines trust third-party validation, trade publications, interviews, conference coverage, far more than self-published claims. Your website explains your story. Earned media confirms it. If your expertise only lives on your own site, AI treats it as unverified. And in an AI-driven world, PR isn't optional for data centers. It's fundamental to visibility. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. AI doesn't think in pages anymore, guys. It thinks in entities. If AI can't clearly describe who you are and what you do in one sentence, you won't show up. This is one of the most overlooked fundamentals in data center marketing today. Your marketing needs to answer simple questions. Who are you? What type of operator are you? What do you specialize in? Why does it matter? Clarity wins every time.
Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest news, trends, and innovations from thought leaders like this guy to my right from within the digital infrastructure industry. I am Dean Perrine, coming to you live. That's right, Louis. We are live at PTC 2026 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And again, this guy to my right is Mr. Louis Liu. Liu, did I get that right?
Liu, yep,
Okay,
you got it.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Senior Sustainability Project Engineer at Relco. Louis, welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
Yeah, and I'm honored to have you here. Viewers, this guy deserves a congratulations really quickly. Although we don't know who the final winner is, Louis is on the short list for the PTC Awards for the Young Leader category, specific to sustainability initiatives. Louis, amazing work, man.
Thank you so much, Dean. And also shout out to the team at PTC for the great honor and recognition for just even being a finalist. It's really a privilege. Really enjoy. This is my very first PTC. I've enjoyed every bit of it so far. Yeah.
And I'm already enjoying the conversation with you, Louis.
Likewise.
Let's talk a little bit about that award a little bit more, specifically around your work on sustainability and the initiatives at Relco. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been with Relco Relco, previously Coal Energy for 3.5 years. And really a big part of what I do is really being a facilitator, to bring together cross-functional subject matter experts and trying to figure out how can we integrate sustainability element into their day-to-day function. So one of the key things that I've done is establish our very first sustainability task force within the power system. So I brought together over 25 subject matter experts across 10 different departments, from engineering, marketing to manufacturing, to talk about what is our common goal, what is the roadmap and playbook that we should develop, what is our climate target, and how do we meet that target. Relco just announced our very first climate ambition to achieve a 90% scope 1 and 2 greenhouse gas reduction by 2045.
That's
and
awesome.
Now the next is trying to figure out how do we actually come up with a short-term, medium, and long-term climate target to actually step-by-step working towards it. In addition to the Sustainability Task Force, I also built a sustainability community. So I kind of provide a bi-monthly webinar to educate and upskill broader, anybody within our company wanted to learn about what do we do on sustainability, what is the industry trend on sustainability, to really upskill the broader knowledge. And we have grown that from maybe 10 people to over 100 individuals within just the power system division to drive that culture of sustainability within our company.
So, Louis, it is no longer a secret why you made that short list. That is absolutely fantastic, man. That is really, really great. And folks, JSAers at home, Greener Data author, this guy right here. Climate Accord, iMasons, big in the sustainability messaging, beating that drum. Your involvement with iMasons.
Yeah, so I've been volunteering, working with iMasons Climate Accord, specifically on the equipment working group over the last 2 to 3 years. And more recently, I took on a role as a chair for the equipment working group. And the mission for Climate Accord is really trying to drive that embodied carbon measurement and reduction of the digital infrastructure industry. What that means is trying to understand what is the life cycle impact of putting all these materials and equipment into a data center space, and what can we do to reduce that? You probably have heard the term scope 3 emission a lot. It's the elephant in the room, right? Over 99% of the total greenhouse gas for a lot of data center owner operators are falling within that value chain, the supply chain. And it's a big challenge to figure out what is that, if you think of it like a nutrition label of the food, right? What is the environmental impact in a snapshot of all the different materials and equipment? So as the chair of Equipment Working Group, I've been facilitating, collaborating with industry, stakeholders to come up with a number of different case studies to demonstrate different methodology to measure that footprint. So we have published a case study on life cycle assessment, environmental product declaration, which is kind of like the industry gold standard to measure the footprint. We have published case study on TM65, which is an embodied measurement tool from subsea, economic input-output model, and then a comparison study, maturity model through iMasons Climate Accord, and very soon coming up, we're going to publish another guide for owner-operator on how to engage equipment suppliers on the decarbonization in terms of embodied carbon, circularity, and operational efficiency. So all of that is to say this is a great platform through iMasons Climate Accord to be able to collaborate with different peers, even sometimes your competitors, working on the common challenge to decarbonize the supply chain of the digital infrastructure.
Yeah, the common challenge, the common good.
Absolutely.
I love it. Relco is lucky to have you. Let's talk about what excites you most about the new year. What are you seeing? Let's start there. What are you seeing, and what do you hope to see?
We have done a lot of work, kind of combining what we just talked about, the effort that we've done at Relco, publishing our market first environmental product declaration for our mission critical generator, as well as pushing that towards the industry as well. But we have done a lot of work in measurement. Now it's time to move towards reduction. So I see 2026 as an opportunity to moving from embodied carbon measurement to reduction in terms of leveraging what's already out there, leveraging the APD that are already done, and highlighting the hotspot and driving product innovation, which we're doing and also writing in the Greener Data book as well, is we not only trying to understand the environmental footprint of our product, but we have come up with a suite of solution, sustainability solution to reduce the footprint, from creating a conscious care maintenance program to reduce your testing emissions, to looking at low carbon coolant, refrigerant, and then innovating in our product. And also we're actually deploying our 1 megawatt hydrogen fuel cell project for Toyota at their headquarters in LA coming up this year as well. So all of these are our continuing effort to drive embodied carbon reduction and life cycle footprint reduction of the equipment going into the space. And similarly, collaborating through IMIS and Climate Corps, we're going to build out a roadmap for 2026, 27 on what we're going to working on. And there's actually going to be a webinar through IMIS and Climate Corps on February 25th, open to broader public members to learn about what do we do through the IMIS and Climate Corps and the continuing collaboration in the industry on the sustainability space.
I love it. How's the show going for you? Things are good?
The show is going well. There's so many awesome people coming from around the world. I think last number I heard over 7,000 participants.
I'm seeing a lot of numbers, but they're all big.
Right? From over 70 countries. Yeah. And it's a little overwhelming, but also it's just very inspiring. You never know who you're going to run to, what kind of conversation you're going to have. And I've been enjoying every moment of it.
Yeah, no, so same. We had that conversation prior to the camera getting turned on. But it can be a little overwhelming. It's an exhausting experience, but it's also like super motivating, inspiring, and I have been inspired by the words that we had in the short time that we had together. Congratulations, good luck to you. I'm pulling for the win. Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Janine. Thank you so much to JSA TV.
Thank you, and thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you real soon.
I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. One of the biggest misconceptions we still see is that more content equals more visibility. It doesn't, guys. In AI-driven search, authority beats volume every single time. And this is especially true in data center marketing. AI engines prioritize named experts, executive voices, and original perspectives, not anonymous blog posts. That means your leadership team matters more than ever. One strong executive voice, consistently visible, will outperform 50 keyword blogs no one trusts. In 2026, your leadership is your brand. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. AI doesn't think in pages anymore, guys. It thinks in entities. If AI can't clearly describe who you are and what you do in one sentence, you won't show up. This is one of the most overlooked fundamentals in data center marketing today. Your marketing needs to answer simple questions. Who are you? What type of operator are you? What do you specialize in? Why does it matter? Clarity wins every time. I'm Jamie Scotto-Kataya, founder and CEO of JSA, and here's what's changing in data center marketing in 2026. For years now, data center marketing was built around keywords, backlinks, and rankings. That era, my friend, is ending. AI search engines don't crawl content the way Google used to. They consume it. They extract definitions. They reuse explanations. They quote experts. If your content isn't structured clearly enough for AI to lift it directly into an answer, it won't surface, and your brand could disappear. This is where many data center marketing strategies are starting to break down, and that is why we talk about generative engine optimization, GEO, not just SEO. Clarity isn't just good communication anymore. It's a competitive advantage.
Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest news, trends, and innovations from thought leaders from within the digital infrastructure industry. I am Dean Perrine, and we are coming at you live. That's right, Safi. We are live at PTC 2026 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And my new best friend over here is Safi Oransky. Safi is the VP of Digital Infrastructure at Parametrics. Safi, welcome to JSA TV.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for hosting me.
Yeah, I'm glad that you are here as well, Safi. And I'm also actually glad to be here in Honolulu because, as I was saying, when I left Chicago, it was like 3 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I got off the plane and it was 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And
Can't beat that.
You can't beat it. And I fly back tomorrow. It's a 10-hour flight, not terrible. But I guess we're in for a snowstorm when I get back to Chicago.
Okay, so you're back at home. You feel back at home very quickly.
That's right. I'll be cold, but at least I get to hug my kids, right?
Exactly.
So, Safi, for our viewers that don't already know, why don't you tell them a little bit about Parametrics?
Okay, so Parametrics, we're an insurance company. We're a Lloyd's cover holder, what they call, and we provide insurance for anything digital outages and focused mainly on the cloud and data centers. So basically, what we do, we provide SLA insurance for data center owners, investors, providers. In case an SLA breach, we will pay credits, termination, and other things that they need in order to keep going and provide their services.
So, Safi, in a previous life, I was a telecommunications analyst, and when we would talk about service level agreements (SLAs), it was almost always specific to the network. And what you're talking about is specific to the data center and power
Yeah.
outages, presumably. Tell us about how. Tell us what. Obviously, I know if a data center goes down, we got problems,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But has SLAs for data centers always been around?
They've always been around.
Okay.
Like in telecom, that's where it came from. So the same thing, the 5 nines, 4 nines.
Okay.
There's 4 legs to this stool, we always say. There's power, temperature, humidity, and connectivity. Most of these SLAs are structured around these 4 legs.
Okay.
Typically, if you get a power outage, once again, it's 5 nines, 4 nines, 3 nines. These SLAs, especially for when you talk about hyperscalers, they can reach up to 200% of your MRC, meaning 2 months of rent
Yeah.
can go down in 45 minutes. Okay? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing, the market is coming to us now is, okay, how do I protect myself against this? Because on the other side, sitting the investors, the equity, everyone that's needs to get that IRR or the debt terms, everything else. All of this comes back to this SLA. Ultimately, we're looking at a cash flow problem that we're helping data center owners, investors, and lenders protect.
Fascinating to me because I remember, wasn't that like Superstorm Sandy in New York City,
Yeah.
and the floods and the equipment going down for weeks on end. So you could see where that could be problematic for folks going in and out of there.
Both of us were talking about Chicago.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, the CME went down for 12 hours. Okay, you couldn't trade anything, related to Chicago.
Yeah.
It was because of a data center outage.
I did not
Think
know
about
that.
how much billions of dollars were lost, and
Yeah.
that's why we need to find a way to offload that risk from the data center owners into the insurance. Another thing, very interesting, you can take that Lloyd's back guarantee and help you when you go to the bank and say, I have a Lloyd's guarantee, you should get better terms on your loan.
We've all heard of Lloyd's.
We've all heard of Lloyd's.
Yeah.
And if you, on the other hand, decide to sell your assets and you want to make sure you're taking off that operational risk, once again, that's where SLA comes to play. And it's very important because we think many CFOs today are not thinking about the operational risk also as a big financial risk that could someday happen. And when that happens, 2-hour or 3-hour SLA breach can take 30% or 40% of your annual NOI. It's big numbers.
That is business crushing numbers.
These are big numbers.
Yeah.
If it happens, it's big numbers.
Yeah. Wow. Fascinating. This is truly fascinating. But nobody gets out of the JSA TV chair without talking about AI a little bit. How have these kind of AI data centers and the amount of densities and the amount of the different kinds of applications, how is that impacting how you mitigate the risk?
Okay, so AI, of course, everyone knows it's the new thing, and that's booming. There are a couple of very interesting things here. One, a lot of power is built now behind the meter, so on site, that has effect. So the data center owner now needs to have an SLA with a power generator, right? Just said it's all about power. That's a big effect. The other thing that we see with AI, especially with the neo clouds, they're actually investing all the money, getting it sometimes up front, okay, and then it's tied back to the SLA, right? It's all tied back to performance. Again, if you don't protect that cash flow, if you're a smaller company and something big happens, you get 45 minutes, or now we're seeing some of the hyperscales, there's no cap on how much money you can pay out as credits. In this case, if you're not taking it into account, you can find yourself in a very, very bad place. And that's just managing risk the right way,
Yeah.
and helping you also finance the next round.
Yeah, Safi, it's funny and maybe a little embarrassing that I never actually considered SLAs as it relates to the data center, but you changed all of that for me today. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me here.
You bet. Thank you, Safi.
Okay.
And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you real soon.